What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be breaking down the best starter heroes in Dota 2. This is going to be a little bit of a mini series where I'm going to be doing multiple parts to this because obviously there's a ton of heroes to cover, but these are pretty much the heroes you guys should be picking if you freshly booted into Dota. Some of these might be a little more difficult, but as the list goes through they will get easier. But at the same time, I want you guys to look to strive and play better, and I don't want to just give you the easiest cookie cutter heroes out there. I want to give you guys some variety that you guys can play that you can actually scale with, because some of the really easy heroes in Dota, they really can't scale past certain MMRs, and I want you guys to be able to take these heroes once you guys start climbing. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, consider subscribing and joining the Dota Chronicles community. The first hero we're going to be taking a look at is from the mid lane. It's going to be Sniper. Sniper is one of these heroes that does a shit ton of damage if uncontested, but it's also a super simple hero. His kit is super simple. You spam your shrapnel to either farm or to slow enemies, and you have yourself headshot, which is probably one of the more annoying abilities. Just getting headshot proc is super annoying, and you have assassinate just to pick up kills. He's a hero that honestly was picked at TI quite a bit, very surprisingly, because this hero typically doesn't see a lot of professional play, but he is in a pretty strong spot in the meta. But he's a hero that just dominates pubs, especially with no team coordination. You have a lot of range, so you're able to sit in the trees and just hit people, and that is a really good thing for you guys to have when you're starting on. You're able to just beat into people. He's a glass cannon type hero, so positioning is a little bit important, but you guys are starting the game. Positioning will not be a factor for you guys. You need to learn that, but you will realize that as you get better on Sniper, you will be getting a ton of kills and you're going to be winning a lot more games. He's also really good on the high ground, so there's that, and overall doesn't have a whole lot of bad matchups from the mid lane, so a pretty solid option for you guys to start learning the mid lane. The next hero we're going to be taking a look at is Queen of Pain. Now this might be a little bit controversial. Some people might think Queen of Pain is not a beginner friendly hero. I definitely think she is. She has an escape tool with her blank. She has Sonic Wave, which is a really strong ultimate, and you also have Stream of Pain, which helps you farm, and it also does quite a bit of damage. These abilities are going to help you scale quite well, and at the same time, if you are in a really sticky situation, you can always blink out. But it's a hero that's really strong in this meta right now, and typically Queen of Pain has never been a terrible hero. There has been bad patches for Queen of Pain, but overall I think she's a pretty solid option. You can play very aggressive, so if you're the type of mid lane player that wants to play super aggressive, this is one of the best bets for you to play. Just make sure you have mana regen to be able to sustain yourself, because this hero does require a lot of mana, but overall a very simple kit for you guys to play, and a pretty high impact hero, I would like to say, especially this patch with how strong Scream of Pain is and how strong Sonic Wave is. They're both really strong abilities. I think she can do a lot of work, and I think you guys will be climbing MMR if you are playing this hero from the mid lane. Definitely a very solid option that you guys should keep in mind and start learning and pick up this hero. You're going to be doing quite well with. The next hero we're going to be taking a look at from the offlane is going to be Bristleback. It's a hero that just sits in lane and does damage. Like, the more you hit this hero, the more damage he's going to be doing. As long as it's from the back, you're pretty much immortal in most games if they don't have Vipers or heroes with break and such. But with the Bloodstone build, you're able to do just way too much, especially with the Aghanim Scepter as well. He's just one of these heroes that if there's no counters to him, he feels pretty much immortal, and you're also getting a ton of kills. And in the early game, this hero does very well, and in the late game, he's no slouch either. It just takes a lot of commitment for the enemy to actually put in work, because they have to commit so many spells, they have to itemize against you, and they really have to just deal with you, because you will take over the game if you're just able to sit there spamming quills, because they do a lot of damage once there's a lot of stacks. And the Bloodstone Aghanim Scepter build is just going to keep you alive for such a long time. It really fills in the role of being a super heavy tank that you're just going to sit there doing damage, and as long as your back is up against them, you're going to be doing even more damage. So make sure you just turn around, start spamming quills, and then just bait them in. They're going to be killing themselves off the quills. It's just really funny to see, and his kit is super simple. You just spam your W and you're going to be good to go. So very straightforward, very simple hero, pretty high impact in low MMR, and sometimes he is meta in high MMR and being played in Pro League as well. Not as much as he was before, but the hero's still pretty decent. Now from the carry position, we're going to be talking about Alchemist. Now Alchemist might be a little bit of a controversial pick, because a lot of players might think that he's not very beginner friendly. I think Alchemist is super beginner friendly. You basically get free gold for getting last hits. It's the hero that comes online the fastest other than Meepo, but obviously Meepo is one of the hardest heroes in the game, so I definitely won't be recommending that. But it just helps you farm much better because you have Grievous Greed. It's an ability that's going to give you more gold based on the stack. So the more creeps you're killing, the faster you're going to get these timings. And it just kind of takes away that worry from a lot of new carry players that aren't seeing a whole lot of value. They're not getting the farm. Obviously, they don't know how to farm properly. This is the type of hero that you can just kind of sit and just shit out gold. Like, this hero just sits there and does a ton. You also have Chemical Rage, which is a really good ultimate. You have a stun and you have your acid spray to help you farm. So he's just a top tier hero, in my opinion, for beginner players. A lot of people might be scared to play Alchemist, but let me tell you, Alchemist is a super easy hero to play. Just play him for a few games and you're going to notice that you're going to be thinking a lot less about farming and a lot more on your timings or what items you want to pick up for that game, because you're already doing so much around the map with Grievo's Greed. You're going to be getting all that gold pretty much very easily. So you don't have to really worry, oh my god, I'm not getting a whole lot of last hits. The ones that you are getting are going to be worth a lot more. So it's just a much easier hero to get those items online, and that is super important when you're a beginner player. You want to get these items, you want to have the most impact possible, and Alchemist can definitely make that happen. You can also steamroll the games quite quickly, which is really nice. And since low MMR, nobody's really coordinated whatsoever, you can just buy a Blank Dagger with your Radiance and start running at people with the Alchemist. Can easily come online quickly, and the more games you play with the hero, the faster you're going to be at farming and the more you're going to understand the hero and get a lot more value out of him. And last but not least, the support category. This is going to be for Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor honestly is just so stupidly broken. His ultimate with Aghanim Scepter is absolutely busted, and he's a hero that could actually lane against a couple of heroes very easily. Maledict is just stupid annoying, and if it's a big strength hero, you're going to be doing even more. It's the type of hero that you really want to play from support because you're going to be getting a ton of kills. It's just that type of fun hero. Now, if you're on the enemy team, you're definitely not going to have a really good time. You're going to be super annoyed because you're just going to be dying to Maledict constantly, and that can be super tilting. But he's a hero that you can just have fun with. It's a hero that you're not very supporty per se. You're pretty much going to be going for kills most of the time with your Maledict, but you can also heal your allies. You have your Paralyzing Cask as a stun, which is always going to be nice on a support. You also have your Voodoo Switcheroo, which is a pretty nice shard ability for you to be able to escape some sticky situations and also do a little bit of damage here and there. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments if you guys are new players. What do you guys struggle with the most in Dota 2? I would definitely like to know for those players that have freshly installed the game. I would like to know, what do you find the hardest about Dota? Is it farming? Is it team fighting? Is it being in the right place at the right time or knowing what to do in your spare time? That would be the question for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.